Have you ever wondered why so many smart people, I'm talking brilliant doctors, sharp lawyers, you name it, step into the trading world and just get completely wiped out? It's a head-scratcher, right? Why do successful, intelligent people fail so badly when they try to play the market? Well, the numbers are pretty brutal. No matter where you look, experts say that something like 95% of traders lose money and ultimately fail. Just let that sink in for a second. Out of every 20 people who give it a shot, only one ends up being consistently profitable. Now, the natural assumption is, oh, they must have needed a better strategy, or they didn't have some secret piece of information. But what if I told you that's not it at all? What if the real battle isn't against the market? The real game, the one that actually matters, is won or lost right up here, in your own head. And that right there is the core of the problem. Most traders are fighting the wrong enemy entirely. They spend all their time, all their energy, trying to conquer the charts, when the real opponent, well, it's the person staring back at them in the mirror every morning. The legendary trading coach, Mark Douglas, really nailed this. I mean, think about it. You can literally click the wrong button by accident and stumble into a massive winning trade. A single win takes zero skill. So this myth that you just need more knowledge or a better system is just that, a myth. The reality is, consistent success comes from having a better mindset. So who is this enemy inside us? Mark Douglas broke it down into 4 core fears that every single trader deals with. There's the fear of being wrong, which, that hits on a deep personal level. The fear of losing money, which is obvious, right? The fear of missing out, or FOMO, that panic you feel when you see a stock taking off without you. And finally, the fear of leaving money on the table, which is why we so often bail on our winning trades way too soon. And here's what happens. These fears trigger something Douglas called a pain avoidance mechanism. It's like your brain has its own little bouncer at the door, and its job is to block any information that might cause you emotional pain. So when you're in a trade that's going against you, this mechanism literally filters reality. It blocks out the price action telling you you're wrong and only lets in the information that confirms your original idea. You become blind to what's really happening. Okay, so if the enemy is inside you, how in the world do you win? Well, you don't fight it head on. That's a losing battle. Instead, you adopt a completely new way of thinking. You stop being the gambler at the table and you become the casino itself. This is the key that unlocks everything. You see, the casino doesn't get angry when someone hits a jackpot on a slot machine. It doesn't get its feelings hurt. Why not? Because it's not thinking about any single outcome. It's operating from a mindset of pure probability. So how do you actually do that? How do you become the house? It really comes down to 4 steps. 1, you have to define your edge. That's a system that over time has a statistical probability of winning. 2, you have to fully 100% accept the risk before you enter the trade. 3, and this one is a game changer. You stop judging your performance trade by trade and start thinking in sample sizes, like a series of 20 trades. And 4, you just execute. You act on your edge without hesitation. I mean, that's the whole casino mindset in a nutshell. The house has no idea what the next spin of the roulette wheel will be. And frankly, it doesn't care. Any single outcome is totally random. All the casino knows is that if it just keeps spinning the wheel, its statistical edge will always pay off in the long run. To really make that casino mindset stick, you have to make another huge mental shift. You have to completely change how you define a good day. It's about taking the focus off your P&L and putting it squarely on the one thing you can actually control. The elite trading psychologist Dr. Jonathan Katz talks about this idea of a daily report card. Instead of your goal being make money, your goal is something like, today I will follow my rules perfectly. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you won or lost money. The only question is, did you follow your process? That becomes the only win that counts. Performance coach Jared Tendler gives us a great way to think about this. Your A game versus your C game. Your A game is when you're executing your plan perfectly, like a machine. Your C game is when those emotional demons creep in and you start making mistakes. So the goal isn't to make money every day, because you can't control that. The goal is to bring your A game every single day. And really, it all boils down to this one simple truth. You can't control the market. You can't control what some CEO is going to tweet. You can't control the next news headline. The only, and I mean only, thing you have 100% control over is your own process and your own execution. That's it. All right, but what do we do about emotions? The common advice is to just get rid of them. Be a robot. Trade without any feelings. But what if that's actually terrible advice? I mean, really? Are they? We're always told to fight them, suppress them, ignore them. We're told they're irrational, they're noise, they get in the way of good decisions. But maybe that's not the whole picture. Let's be real for a minute. You're human. You're not an algorithm. You are going to feel fear. You're going to feel greed. Trying to get rid of them completely is like trying to tell the ocean to stop having waves. It's just not going to happen. So here's the pivot. Instead of trying to fight your emotions, you have to learn to translate them. You have to start seeing them for what they really are. According to Tendler, your emotions aren't the problem. They're actually valuable data, pointing you toward the real problem. Think about it like this. That hot flash of anger you feel after a losing streak, that's not just anger. That's the feeling of revenge trading. And it's a signal pointing to a flaw in your thinking about how the market should behave. That desperate urge to chase a stock that's running away, that's FOMO. And it's a signal that you have an underlying issue with confidence. The emotion is just the symptom. Your job is to be a detective and figure out what it's trying to tell you. So when you start to put all of these pieces together, the mindset, the process, the emotions as data, you begin to realize something pretty profound. Mastering trading isn't just about what you do when the market is open. It's about how you live your entire life. As Dr. Katz always points out, your body and mind are the tools you bring to the market. If you're sleep-deprived, eating junk, or your personal life is stressful, you can bet that's going to show up on your trading screen. Winning is a lifestyle. It means taking care of yourself, having the discipline to journal and reflect, and building a life that's about more than just your profit and loss statement. And that's really the ultimate takeaway here. The journey to becoming a consistent trader isn't about finding some holy grail indicator out there in the world. It's an internal journey. The skills you're really building, discipline, emotional awareness, objectivity, these are life skills. Mastering the market just happens to be the side effect of mastering yourself. And I want to leave you with this powerful thought from Mark Douglas. He said, "The market is a mirror. It doesn't create your fear. It doesn't create your greed. It simply reflects what is already inside of you back at you, in real time with your money on the line." So the real question isn't, how can I beat the market? The real question is, what is the market trying to show me about myself?